A CEO doing the sheets, delivering meals.
I know what's up. A new CBS series, Undercover Boss, premiered after the Super Bowl last night, but we have some bosses right here at home who are going to be getting their hands dirty, too.
Well, WTOC's Tim Guider is joining us now with a WTOC special assignment. I guess you could call this our own version of Undercover Boss. And Tim, you're going to be taking some of the most prominent leaders, not just in business, but in other aspects of our community, behind the scenes. And quite frankly, sounds like fun.
Well, it's what everybody's always wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Put the boss to work, and real work, not that desk job he's got. Well, St. Joseph Candler President and CEO Paul Hinchey agreed to some hands-on experience lately and came away with a whole new understanding of his company. When he arrives at St. Joseph's or Candler Hospital each morning, Paul Hinchey isn't just walking into work.
It's the city that all works together, so the patient has a good experience.
And today, the CEO is going to experience that city in an entirely new way.
Pull it in half, quarter, right to left.
By actually doing all the jobs he knew existed, but had never done before.
This is good exercise, isn't it?
Learning they each have their own rules.
No. Now, what was wrong with that?
And that they're taken as seriously in the laundry room as in the operating room.
Wow, I don't want to mess with you. I bet you could beat me hand wrestling.
So it's on to the kitchen, where every meal is the equivalent of catering a banquet for 200 people.
We got to go back in that cooler and get a 2% milk.
Except with special requests.
It's amazing to me that you do this 90,000 times a month.
But this job should have been scheduled after the boss had eaten lunch.
I think I'm going to come back for some of this pudding after we're done. I had that salad at the Chatham Club yesterday. Cooking here, do you ever take a bite of a pork chop because it looks so good?
No, I don't.
I would.
But he manages to deliver most of the food.
Which is where?
Just left. She went home.
Okay. Tell you what, we'll have this after.
And seems to know most of the patients personally.
How in the world are you, Paul?
How are you doing? Where's Miss Tootin? Well, how are you? All right, enjoy, Miss Harris. Can I just check your wristband? I know your wife.
To pick up a new job, press 1.
Okay, we ready, Mom?
One job where he can't be too careful is transport.
You just don't go and pick up a patient and walk out the front door.
Even when you're picking up the competition.
Especially if it's a memorial nurse.
So Hinchey sends another happy family home, along with a friendly message for his counterpart at Memorial.
I want you to tell him who brought you to the front of your hospital. And you tell him that's a new service that we just started, okay?
By the end of his experience, Hinchey knows what he thought all along, that there's no small jobs at a hospital. It's his employees who have gained a new appreciation.
I think it shows us that he cares and he wants to know what we're actually doing in these departments. I'm impressed. I really am.
But the boss comes away with an even bigger impression.
There's a lot of pride, irrespective of what you do in this system. I was very moved by it all.
Well, which one of these jobs are we going to see you in again?
I'm going to have to ask them. I think, one of them said, well, why don't you go to transportation? The other one says, why don't you go to dietary? So I'm not really sure anybody wants me. You kind of get those subtle hits. I would be proud to work in any of them.
Well, the undercover element was a little hard to duplicate because everyone knew who Hinchey was. But that made for some pretty interesting looks in the hallways, as well as from the employees who had no idea he was coming to join them on the job. You
know what? I got a chance to talk to Paul a little bit about this after it was all done, and a little bird tells me some more about it. First off, he seemed to have a great time.
He did.
And he was sincere about learning those jobs, wasn't he?
He really was. He wasn't just performing them for the camera. He wanted to know what went into every one. But what impressed me the most was how he treated every person in the kitchen, in laundry, everywhere with the same respect and professionalism that he would show a surgeon.
But they didn't cut him any slack.
They
didn't
do
it right.
No surprise knowing Paul Hinchey. He's a good sport. Thanks a lot, Tim. Very good story.
I'll take a live